Dineout Lauderdale with hundreds of great restaurant deals throughout Broward, August through September 30th.
Hold the Mayo. It's time for Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. Find out what's being served with Mike, Defo and Lubie, the only show that covers food, sports, and the proper maintenance of your car. And now, a man who had the distinction of having an entire health clinic named in his honor, Mike Mayo.
I want the flim flam sauce with the awesome fave with shafafa on the side.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. We are at home today. As you can see, we've got Lubie in Coral Springs. We've got Jeff Defo the Forest up in Lauderdale by the sea, and we've got little old me fresh from a 90-minute massage. I'm all pampered and raring to maybe just
Epstein Island. Where were you?
No,
Your name was mentioned.
No. Look, first of all, I got reports that you kind of implicated Jim Sarney last week, and he, I think, might be filing a $10 billion lawsuit against us. Don't have any money, but
listen, sure. we love Sarney, but there's something seriously wrong with this man.
Well, he's sending pictures of the menu from where he is for his lunch today at California Pizza Kitchen and saying, "Which salad should I get today?" And all these
lettuce, yeah, exactly.
No, but all these salads that he showed pictures of were like these big monstrosities covered in all kinds of cheeses and dressings and meats and fried things and noodles, and it's like, these salads, I told him, I said, just go get a Big Mac. It's less calories and fat, So,
how many locations are there? Is there just one California Pizza Kitchen?
I
don't
know.
On Federal Highway? I mean,
Sawgrass, I think, closed. So I don't know.
I think in the South Florida area
was popular when they first opened. Remember that?
I liked them a lot all over the place. And now it seems like they're dwindling, especially here in South. I look really skinny today. I got like kind of the
you know what? Another revealing before and after picture. I don't know if you can go back, Lubie. Can you go back to the picture we had in the opening?
No.
Where I was sitting there in the gray shirt. Because I haven't seen that one for I don't even know that I remember ever seeing it, but very revealing. My God. Nice job, Mayo. I mean, look, it's a Vital Transformation, the old John McLaughlin tune.
No, and I'm usually the camera puts 10 pounds on, but
I used to use that as an excuse, but you don't have to anymore.
No, I got like that gooseneck.
Oh, look, there it is. Now, wait a minute. Before, this is what Reno, that can't even be that long ago.
This was at the.
This wasn't.
I mean, you should have Goodyear written across that shirt. My God.
This was at the 2023 Walk and Roll event at 24. I'm sorry, January of 24. Thank you.
Yes,
January
of 24.
You're in the hook.
So it's about 19 months ago. The Visit Lauderdale Food and Wine Festival, and look, it was.
Can we all do it together, Michael? On three. 1, 2, 3. Lubie, you ready? 1, 2, 3.
You know.
I don't know what the consequences of this are, but the results certainly.
At this point, I don't care. And of course, it looks
like
like
5 years off your life. You've added 5 years just by getting rid of it.
In numerical terms, that picture is 101. Like Reno on the left is a 1.
Yes, 1 0.
Twan on the right is another 1, and I'm the big fat 0 in the middle. But now
it wasn't a good crown for you to be surrounded by. I mean, you would have been better off surrounded by sumo wrestlers there, but. No, you look radically. Congratulations, Mayo man. And you must be combining this with at least a little bit of exercise, no?
Oh, no. And I went. So this was my day today. I mean, I got up early, got out, went to the gym, did my,
Did
40.
They recognize you? Or
no, I'm getting a lot of, I don't want to say compliment. Yeah, I mean, people are saying, yeah, you look great from a couple of months ago or whatever, just beginning of the year. So, yeah, did my 40 minutes on the elliptical, a little bit of weight.
While Lubie is slobbering down a sandwich and I'm chugging my second Budweiser.
Well, I'm getting to my lunch. I do have some leftovers, but the bottom line is then I went for the massage, and this is a question I want. I've been going to this massage place. It's in Hollywood for a long time. It's called Awesome Aura. I'll give them a plug, but it's basically a one-man shop, but it's a man. And I don't know how you feel about it. I am comfortable in my masculinity and sexuality, my heterosexuality, that I don't mind having a massage by a male. I don't know what you guys think of that. Let's throw that out there to start.
I'll let you go first, Louis.
Oh yeah. First of all, I'll be openly honest. I'm not very comfortable with many massages.
Are you kidding? I've had massages all over the world.
My wife loves them. Her family loves them. And I was just going to say, I don't know what that says about me and how closed off I am to the human touch. I don't know why I'm that way, but like a lot of the time they meander, and I don't know if I'm supposed to accept the meandering or not.
What do you mean by meander? The fact that they actually rub like in between, like
in there.
the
I had one with my wife, and she got it for us. We're in friggin' Morocco. And she wanted this massage. We walked all over Morocco for this special massage. So we get the special massage, and it's a woman too. So that also added to it. But like she got in there, like she was in the pelvis region, rubbing up against my manhood, and it happened consistently. Up against, like not
you
her.
Mean like when they massage the thighs and the glutes? That's not.
She was but she exactly. They usually go around it. She went all the way up there and was getting in there, and it was consistently rubbing my manhood. And my wife's laying next to me. So I'm like, how am I supposed to feel about it? I'm not getting aroused or anything. I just did the analytical, I overanalyze everything. So I'm like, what am I supposed to do to this?
You're
like,
supposed to just relax and not be such an uptight American, okay? It's your body. They're trying to get every muscle they can get.
In that vein, I'm already this with massages. They either do too hard or too soft. So it's already, I don't really enjoy them too much. So to introduce a man into the factor, I feel is only adding more thought to my brain. So I've had a few massages. I've enjoyed some I haven't. That one I didn't, because they were very friendly, and it just was a lot with my wife laying right next to me. And if she wasn't laying next to me, I would have actually thought even more. So to introduce a man, I've never done it. I'd probably be okay with it, especially like if I had really something going and a woman couldn't get to it, and a dude maybe was stronger and could get to it. I'm not against a man massaging me, but I've never had it. I can't lie to you.
Defo?
I'm not a big advocate of people touching me that I'm not like in some
You guys
kind
are both so uptight.
But I used to get them. The only time I really dealt with a masseuse of any type, when I was doing Inside Florida Racing and the racing report from various South Florida tracks. There was a guy named Rene. He was a Canadian guy, strong as an ox, and he was the masseuse in the jockey room at Calder, which I had access to. All right. Now, every now and then I used to get one of those things where you got the crick in your neck, and then it like went all the way down your spine. You couldn't move. I mean, and I would go to this guy, and I didn't mind however rough he was, because anything to solve the problem of not being able to like move for like days at a time. And he was wicked with a towel and all kinds of stuff. But in general, I am not the kind of guy that's going to go and see any kind of masseuse. Although I just had a discussion yesterday, and this is actually a food topic, in a strange sort of way. But I ended up talking to a guy that was a professional highlight player yesterday at Luigi di Roma, where I went to a happy hour, and I got to say it was great.
Deerfield Beach Federal
we
Highway.
were talking about the great highlight players of the past. We ended up on the phone with Joey Cornblit, and who he knew, and Aziz. The great Aziz, I don't know if you remember this guy, Mayo Man, because he might have been, he was a Miami guy and probably a little before your time of being at the Sun Sentinel. But he became a very famous masseuse for the top athletes. So I guess it's effective. I may think about doing it because lately, because of my lousy posture my entire life, my back's been giving me a little bit of trouble. But I don't care, male or female, as long as they do a good job. The poker tables always have a hot, sexy chick doing the masseuse.
You see, I cannot get a massage at the poker rooms because, again, it comes down to my inability to multitask. And like at a poker table, I'm trying to pay attention, and I'm in a natural state of like I'm the
You're a mathematician.
I'm a predator trying to, seize on prey, try
Did you
to
win in the last
target.
game? Did you win? No,
last week was a disaster. But anyway, at a poker table, I'm like trying to be hyper focused and aware, and I'm not.
I noticed we didn't get any texts about.
No, he didn't. I said once we didn't get the late night or early morning text. It's sort of it was like Money Mayweather. I'm like, oh, he must have done horrendous.
How come you only tell us when you win, Mayo, man? I mean, you
Because
never just say, hey, I got
isn't that the
touched
case
with
for every gambler?
the
And
brick. No, I mean, you should be
Jason
honest.
Cole talked about that yesterday.
Transparency is key.
Dan Surfer and I, we talked about it yesterday, and my downfall was a cooler on a bomb pot, and I don't want to start translating that into English for the
What does that mean?
I don't know what that means.
I mean, I've been gambling my whole life. A cooler and a bomb pot. I'm not sure I could.
You need to
I
play
can tell
more
you what that
poker, my
meant.
friend. So yeah, basically a bomb pot is when everybody puts a set amount of money into the pot before the flop comes. And
Is that
of
because
course,
you all want to go home? I mean,
no. And that, but basically
Degenerates.
it eliminates it. Okay, it's technical jargon. It eliminates the pre-flop betting. So everybody essentially gets their cards and gets to see the board before any action. So if you actually pick up some good pieces of the board, and in our case, because we're complete degenerates, it's what's called a double board bomb pot, where you put out two boards. So basically, essentially, you're playing two different hands with the same cards in your. You asked, okay, and
I dig the lingo. Any degenerate vernacular, I love it. You know,
yeah.
I
So
don't care. I understand it. I still
double board bomb pot, and what happened was basically on both boards, I picked up really good hands. And in the case of the first one, it was two pairs, and the other one, it was like the nut flush draw. And I missed the flush draw on the bottom. The second one, I pick up on the river. It was a full house. I had a queen and a 3 in my hand, and the board read queen, 3, 7, 5, queen.
Wow.
So I have basically
you got the pot.
Got a
it's
full.
in these bomb pots, you split half the pot if you don't have the whole thing. But people, if there's multi-way action, it gets crazy. So the bottom line was I had essentially the third best hand on that top board, Queen 3. The only things that could beat me in that spot are Queen 7 or Queen 5.
You sound like Charles Gorin, man. Remember reading Charles Gorin? Even though you knew nothing about bridge, you would read the guy's column.
Bottom line was, of course, the other guy had Queen 7. I had the third. There's only two hands that beat me. It was a huge.
Did you check the cards and make sure they weren't marked? I mean,
No.
and it sounds like they sucked you in.
These things happen. And this is what's known as a cooler. When you get a really good hand, then there's only like one or two hands that could possibly beat you, and sure enough, that's the one that's out there. So it was the difference between me like breaking even for the night and me losing a lot of money for the night. So these things happen. As Danny pointed out yesterday, I'm still ahead for my time in that game. So
That's one way of looking at it.
Yeah.
Now over the course of life, I don't even want to know. So
lifetime losses. I'm telling you, Mayo. Don't even examine that.
All right, let's get back to pizza for a second, because you mentioned California Pizza Kitchen. We were at Death by Pizza up in Delray the other day.
Oh, I wanted to go. So like way west. Otherwise, I would have gone. You still have some leftovers?
It was actually west for me.
So here's some leftovers.
It was west for Lubie.
That's pretty
He
west.
is west.
Kobe was great.
Like Horace Greeley, this cat.
It was, you know how west it is, because there was like this like gas station.
When you say
on the way
41, I say let's reconsider, man.
On the way out there, it was like a gas station that had a big sign for like boiled peanuts or something like that. And it's like,
Yes, it had the peanut place, and I'm like, I've only seen that in like Homestead.
Right. I've seen it Homestead. I've seen it in Yeehaw.
Watermelons. Yeah.
I thought I was in Yeehaw Junction.
Yes, I thought I went the wrong way.
When
But
you see
by the way,
peanuts
it's a culinary masterpiece, Yeehaw Junction. We should go up there one day. Just do the whole strip.
But anyway, Kobe, Death by Pizza is really killing it, so to speak, because he loaded us up with so many good dishes, and we couldn't possibly eat it all, especially after I just shot up with my Ozempic. But I brought home.
You bring the needle with you to these events?
No,
I have not seen.
He had done it like the hour before.
I remember when you were like squeamish about needles. You were like, as Joe Philbin would say, a little bit queasy about it.
I still get
now, no problem, right? You just jack it right in the arm.
It's such a tiny needle.
Cobain.
It's kind of like a Trump needle. It's a very tiny
Yeah. No, it's like a prick, as they say. A prick.
There you go.
Tiny prick that goes in. So, but this here. So last night, Val finished up. We finished up some leftovers from everywhere, from Mignonette yesterday and Death by Pizza. That two-tone gnocchi that he has, which is like a rigatona. I'm sorry, ricotta gnocchi with the half of it was with like a vodka sauce with pancetta, and half of it was with a classic pesto sauce. Those sauces were freaking great. It was
great.
good. The and then
Sounds like, I mean, I've never seen. Has anybody ever written anything negatively about this place?
no, it's great.
I mean, look, there's always some dissident out there that thinks it sucks, but it seems to me every time I've seen anything about Death by Pizza, Windy City Pizza, those two places in particular are always very favorable.
Yeah, and it's not
Even Pete's, which is great. You know, there's always the denigrating comments.
once in a
Oh, well, it's nothing like New York.
So this one is not trying to be New York pizza, and that's kind of, I think, it plays in its benefit because it's the Detroit style, which is similar to Sicilian pizza, but this one is I'm eating. It's called the Mr. White slice, and it's basically ricotta, mozzarella, and basil pesto that's streaked across the top. Freaking great! Now, what makes this pizza a little bit different, and as Kobe was explaining. And first of all, it reheats really well in the toaster oven. It comes out crunchy. But this Sicilian pizza can be a little bit
really thick. Like I don't like how thick it normally is.
But this Detroit style, it's thinner, and he says it's all in the fermentation. And he doesn't parboil. A lot of places par cook and par bake their Detroit ovens, which Detroit pizzas, which means they partly cook it, they pull it out, and they finish it off when somebody orders it.
Yep.
He doesn't believe in that. He does it straight from scratch, raw dough that's fermented, and then puts it in the oven for he says, I think it's 9 or 10 minutes. And he does 40 pies at a time. It's a very impressive 4-story multi-level oven. Very good operation there, and he's looking to expand. I wish he would come south. It sounds like he's going to go further north. But this slice, again, Detroit style, the Mr. White slice, excellent. So, and because I got my workout in, I am famished now. I didn't eat any breakfast, so here we go.
Well, you were doing your leftovers, and the reason I was eating when we started was I did fall prey to Sarni, who asked what we were eating today, and Mayo said leftovers. So I remembered I had the French dip from Daniel's that I was saving for my wife, but it's been almost a week, so I wasn't gonna let it go longer than that. And
what's the rule on that, Defo? Do you have any when do you start tossing leftovers? How many days?
When the mold shows up, when you open the box.
I usually,
and even then, I question whether I mean, can you just shave the mold out and go ahead and eat it anyway? I mean, or would you not even
with cheese? Yeah, sometimes. Yeah.
I've done it, but anyways, this wasn't there. But she keeps saying no whenever I offer to her, so I'm like, all right, I'm eating this, and I couldn't wait. It's literally one of the better French dips I've ever had.
It's ridiculous. How did you reheat it?
When I put the entire thing in the air fryer, because we didn't have a lot of time. We had 10 minutes before the show, and that seems to cook things pretty quickly, both crunching it and cooking it. And it did a good job. It did what I needed it to do. It's a really nice sandwich. And for reheating meat, it actually came out, if not the same, close. I actually really enjoyed it.
No, it's good. When I first took that bite when we were there, and it was last Thursday. So you're at 6 days now. And this is right on the edge. My rule of thumb is when it comes to seafood and fish, after 2 days you toss it. You don't want to be
short. I don't mess with seafood or fish.
Seafood or fish, it's a 48-hour window. 48 hours after that you toss it. When it comes to things like pizza, just without
pizza can last a long time.
That could go, I would say, almost 10 days, and you can even throw that in the freezer.
I just finished off a pizza I bought a week ago.
Yeah.
Now
in something like this where it's beef and it's it's high quality, you got it refrigerated, I'm saying you're right on the edge there. It's basically 7 days. You got to start tossing stuff if it's been 6 to 7. So you did okay because you got it right in the nick of time, right under the wire. And I'm glad. And the way that the dipping sauce with it, with the caramelized onions and everything on the French, outstanding stuff. So we've been eating well here on the show, my friend. We were supposed to be at Juan's today. He had a little bit of a staffing emergency and asked, basically if we could reschedule. And when it comes to Alex, I said, well, actually, at first I said, no, I got to come in there today. But then I realized Monday we were down for a home show. I said, we'll just swap it out. And so we're going to be in at Juan's, downtown Fort Lauderdale, 664 North Federal Highway on Monday at 2:30, which is this is one of the coolest things. I love places that treat their staffs well. So they close every day between basically lunch and dinner service between 2:30 and like 3:30 ish. And the whole staff comes out around this big round circular table, and they have a staff meal with all kinds of goodies that they prepare. That's stuff that's not usually on the menu. It's usually some kind of soup
That's
or
real
stew.
traditional with Chinese restaurants. You
Yeah.
see that a lot.
And at fine dining restaurants
Fine
too.
dining, the
Yeah.
team meal or whatever, staff
Yeah,
meal.
they feed their
I
staff.
love that. It's a great, great tradition. A little togetherness with the staff, and it's nice they do that. It really
Yeah.
is. Well, I was looking forward to it. I was going to hit one. Alex up for the Mapu tofu because
Yeah. Well, we'll do. You could
Yeah.
make
Well,
it Monday.
Monday, so
Monday is good. Okay. So, all right. So that we're going to be getting in there then, and getting how at the end of yesterday's show, and again, thanks to Danny Surfer, I have a great time with him. I know we went a little bit long, but he's just hilarious, and the fact that he recognizes, the old Jewish man in all of us when we start talking about A1C and medications. Yeah. And so getting back to your Italian restaurant, Defo.
Luigi de Roma. It used to be Frank and Dino's.
Yeah, so
And
Frank and Dino's
moved to Boca.
I meant to because I listened to the morning show and I had a couple of like clarifications and corrections. So first of all, Frank and Dino's is no longer with us in Boca. It's gone.
They're not there anymore. No,
they're not there. It's become something else.
People were saying they still had a restaurant there.
I
used to go there because it was recommended to me by people in horse racing. There's a guy owned Little Mike. I don't know.
So that's Carlo Vaccarazza, right?
I don't know the guy's name.
Yeah. He's a trainer,
and he had a lot of photos of Little Mike. And Little Mike was a horse that always screwed me because I always bet against him, and he won. And he was a front runner that went all the way in like mile races. So it was kind of an interesting horse. But the food there was good. I remember I thought wasn't my favorite Italian restaurant, but it certainly was no slouch in the Italian restaurant field. But people line up. Mayo Man, I didn't realize this. I mean, this is what people were saying. And I guess in the season, they have a happy hour 7 days a week from 4 to 6. And people would be out there like 100 deep at 3:30 to get into this happy hour. And I could almost see why. I mean, I don't know that I would be inclined to wait online for this, but we got in there like around 4:30, and it was very pleasant. I mean, I have to say, and great deals, well staffed. I mean, the service was on the money, and the food was really, really good. For what we paid, I got a check for like $28. I ate like I was going in the chair.
nice.
As Dan Surfer would say, you really do sound like a 74-year-old man right now.
No, I would say it was an older crowd, no doubt. My friend told me there's a bunch of babes in there, so I actually wore like decent clothing, which is unusual for me. But
Respectable.
thinking maybe this is my lucky day. But everything that was served looked really, really good, and they had a deal for $25 where you would. I didn't take advantage of this. I just had like one thing. It was $10. It was unreal. And for $25, you got like a 3-course meal with one of their main dishes, and it was a regular portion, a giant portion. Lady next to me had some salmon, looked great. The guy that knew Joey Cornblit, the highlight player, he had a chicken parm. He gets it every time. It looked fantastic.
Nice.
Really a well done happy hour, 7 days a week. I have to recommend.
And again, a lot of restaurants this time of year put together these kind of summer specials, whether they call it the sunset
I think
special.
this is year round though with these guys, which is amazing. And then they have a late one at 8 o'clock.
Yeah, some
very,
places.
very popular. Wow.
Yeah. So, and again, speaking of these like multi-course dinners where you get it for a set price, we've got Miami Spice is going to be starting down in Miami on, August 1st. Same thing here in Fort Lauderdale, Dineout Lauderdale, starting here on August 1st, running through the 2 months, August and September, in a lot of restaurants. And you could go online to dineoutlauderdale.com to check out some of the participating restaurants. But getting back to, I guess, so that place, which used to be Frank and Dino's, then, all right, here's the story of it, because me, I love my restaurant history.
Yeah.
And so Frank and Dino's was run by a horse racing trainer and owner by the name of Carlo Vaccarazza, really character.
It's a good place.
Yeah, no, and what happened was he moved it up to Boca. And then he ended up closing it, and he basically moved his full-time. he moved full time to Kentucky, Lexington, Kentucky, and he has a Frankendino's,
Oh, yeah?
Lexington, Kentucky. So if you ever go
Yeah.
to
I'll be going
Keeneland,
next time they open up.
when
Nice.
you go to Keeneland, you can actually go to Frankendino's there.
I would like that. Yeah, no.
Now, Frankendino's, when that folded and moved, it became Merlino's of Boca, and it was Joey Merlino, who was an actual mobster. He couldn't actually own the restaurant. It was
Can I get
owned
a
by
table or what do I gotta do, huh?
and then that I don't know, he ran afoul of some things again, and now that place, that same
He's away?
location.
Is that what you're saying, Mike?
Yeah, I don't know what happened to him. I you know what? I don't want to know. But now it's called Reno's of Boca, but it's not Reno Sorbonne, our friend. It's another Reno.
Yeah, wow.
It's called Reno's of Boca. There's so many good Italian places around.
But
town.
this I would recommend it. I mean, it's one of those things that you see this sometimes on Let's Eat where they say, "Well, I don't want to reveal the secret here." I don't know if it's any secret, but as
Luigi?
happy hour fanfare goes, 1,000% all in on this one. That was really
Luigi De Roma. It's right around the corner from where one of my buddies lives part of the year, and I think he's been in there once, and he's like he liked it. He likes some other Italian places a little bit more, but he's a snob like me.
best Italian restaurant. No, I mean, there's a Casa D'Angelo. No, but then again, I mean, literally, I had 3 drinks and an excellent appetizer. That they had on it for $10, and my check was $26.
That's good.
Yeah.
And value, is a big consideration these days. So I know one that's been getting a lot of play on the Let's Eat South Florida group lately is this place up in Deerfield, a little bit further west, called Parthenope. I don't know if you've checked that out. It's down on
No, and people were
Military
talking
Trail.
about Mario's also, and that was mentioned
Okay.
by the couple next to us who seem to know a lot about happy hours, which my friend Jimmy Nawalker, I mean, I call him Jimmy Nawalker because I don't know his last name and we always walk together. He's the king of happy hours. And they were saying this Mario's in Boca is a place that everybody.
Yeah, that has a big following. It's gotten some knocks on Let's Eat because sometimes people who are in Boca sometimes do Boca things. So like the happy hour there, I think, is strictly limited to the bar and high top area and not the main dining room. And a lot of people try to pull moves and say, "Oh, I just, I'm with my 80-year-old mother and she can't climb up on the high
there you
top."
go. Sure, forget about it.
Yeah. So
By the way, speaking of Boca too, I saw this used to be a Mexican restaurant, and it's on my way to my son's house. Went up there Sunday, and Charm City Burger, I guess, is supposed to open up
yeah, moving
that
very
location, but supposedly it's also taking a long time, maybe due to Boca permitting restrictions and constraints. But yeah, I don't know how many locations they have, and I'm not sure what you think about them. But
they
do you
only
like Charm City Burger or no?
I do. I haven't been there in years. It's the guys, Mike Saperstein and his business partner. They also run Sunshine Provisions, a big
Oh, no, that's huge.
high-end meat purveyor to restaurants around the whole region. But they opened this Charm City Burger on Hillsborough a long time ago.
That's
I guess
great.
it's going on 15 years.
Yeah.
They have some good burgers. They announced that they were going to be moving and relocating to Boca over a year ago.
They're just it's just north of Palmetto and a little
but
west of Federal Highway.
as you mentioned, as so many
Right
other
by the
places,
tracks there, right by the Boca train station.
many people have found out, restaurateurs, when you want to move, sometimes it takes a little more time and more money and
You
more
gotta
bribery
grease the
than you
lights.
expect.
Yeah.
The permitting can be a little bit tricky.
Yeah.
But no, I think their plan was they were going to close the one on Hillsborough and Deerfield and just move and just have still the one location. And
Did you ever eat there? You never?
Oh yeah, many times. Yeah,
And what
I
do you
just haven't been in a while. I like it.
Everything's great. I used to go with Ken all the time.
It
Ken used to love
consistently makes Burger Beast's top burgers in Broward list.
Oh, they do really
The Mexican restaurant, which I forget the name of, was very good. There,
F.A.
but obviously didn't do well.
El Jefe Lucador is still there. It's still there. It's on Federal Highway. Yeah.
No, this is off Federal Highway a little bit. Just a little west of Federal.
Oh, you're not talking about the one that's owned.
Second, I think.
The one that's owned by the same two guys is Jefe Luchador.
Oh no, that place is good. Yeah,
that's still in business. So I didn't.
A lot of people like that place. Okay. I went there, when they first opened up. I want to say, maybe 10, 15 years ago, and very good. I would have to say it was excellent.
Oh, good. All right, hey, let's take our first break, and then we'll talk some more food. I'm going to do a deep dive on some horse racing gambling talk. I know we started with the polka.
You must have won money again.
No. This is actually something. Well,
You only
we'll get it.
talk gambling when you win.
It's about computer-assisted wagering and how it's ruining the game and the steps that some of these
okay.
tracks are taking. I didn't really understand what was going on until I did some deep dive research this morning, because that's how I roll. I'm fascinated by how things have changed, but we'll talk more about that. Well, actually, talking about happy hours, Tropical Acres, you know how much I love them.
The Acres. Somebody was asking, where do you get the best prime rib? I mean,
Prime rib.
How did the Acres not run away with this?
Yeah, when you're talking about the value to quality ratio, Tropical Acres blows all the other competitors
I
away.
had to hold back from making my own post, Tropical Acres. Felt like, okay, being on the show and everything, it looks like I'm shilling for the place. But no, I mean, and you have to consider the price too.
Yeah, no, and again, tonight, happy hour in the bar from 4:30 to 6:30, where you get some of those great drink deals and light bite deals and a Belvedere martini for $8. I mean, I heard you talking with Eddie Garcia about his $5 margaritas, which is great. I love, that the Texas Roadhouse is a great place for people who want value, but Tropical Acres is, unparalleled in terms of local restaurateurs who know the area, know what they're doing, the service, the value. They are open every day but Sunday. You could go to tropicalacres.com to get more information. But if you want to make a reservation, they are so old school. Again, since 1949. That's even older than Defo. 76 years. You got to give them a call. 989-2500. Get a reservation for this weekend. It's still packed in there, even though it's the summertime on Fridays and Saturdays. I know this because I maybe know somebody that works there. Well, I know a lot of people that work there, but anyway, it is a great place. And the Twin Lobster Special is ongoing all summer long. You can't beat that deal. 2 freshly steamed lobsters with a salad inside for only $39. Go into Tropical Acres today and tell them the Lunchbox.
Lobster mini season, by the way, in Florida lobsters.
Oh, yeah.
These are Maine, and I was walking on the Walk of Life. I walked by the couple of beach locations, and guys were there just walking into the ocean and coming back with a bunch of lobsters. It was great.
Nice.
Yeah, and you know what? It doesn't seem to be as big a thing as it used to be. When I first got down here, it was like
huge. Yeah.
People would be out, like climbing over each other. There were deaths every year of people like, hitting the boats and propeller. I mean, it was kind of tragic, but it seems like things hopefully have calmed down now. But
a guy must have walked out. I mean, he had his scuba gear. It's not uncommon at this particular location. Looked like he had a bag full. I don't think he had the limit. I think it might be 12 per person. It looked like he had about a half a dozen. But you know what? Fresh out of the ocean and cooked the right way, as we've discovered. Even though I was a big advocate of Maine lobster.
Maine lobster, a little bit sweeter, but
cooked the right way. Florida lobster fresh out.
And people were asking on the group. I saw somebody put a post up yesterday about who will cook and prepare the lobsters that you catch. That there are some places that if you bring in either a fresh caught fish or a fresh caught lobster that you caught yourself, they will cook it and prepare it for you for a fee. And I believe our friends at Even Keel Fish Shack do that.
They do? Oh, cool.
Yeah, and along with, I think, Calypso and your guys at the
Fish Shack and Papa's Raw Bar.
Yeah. So, a lot of these local seafood joints are very, customer friendly. So if you do actually go out and fish on your own,
they're happy. You bring the duck. As
yeah.
they say.
Again, it's like a corkage fee. If you bring your own bottle of wine, you still got to pay a little for them to prepare it and open it and with the glass and the glasses. But
first time I experienced that, I think might have been Isla Miranda Fish Company down in the
Keys.
Now in Isla Miranda, obviously, but just south of Key Largo, and you would go out on these party boats, catch a bunch of fish, and they cook them for you.
Yeah, it's nice.
And they charge you, a fee, and you were thinking, wait a minute,
I don't know what they charge, 10, 15
Well, it wasn't expensive.
But they'll prepare it however you want. You want it poached in butter. You want it in a little bit of a nice fancy sauce.
It's a nice thing.
Yeah, it's a good thing. All right. Well, enjoy the lobster mini season for those who actually do their own diving. And for the lazy people like me, just go to Tropical Acres.
I could see you doing this now. The new skinny Mayo. What do you think?
No.
Back in the day, I don't know. I mean, you would have had to put you wouldn't have to use any weights to get down there.
Here's how I put it, because like the thing about like snorkeling or scuba diving with the whole air tank thing,
I've never done it.
You just say the words "the bends" and it gets me a little freaked out. I don't like that word, the bends. Me, I get my forget about bungee jumping or skydiving. I get my thrills from chasing inside straights and trying to hit the late pick five. So
It's a good way to go, man. It's a lot safer.
Yeah, I think
Maybe
so.
more expensive, but it's a lot safer.
Probably.
All right, let's take our first break, and we'll come back with more on the Lunchbox after these words. When people ask me about the best restaurants in South Florida, Casa D'Angelo is always at the top of my list. First-class dining, top-flight service, elegant atmosphere, and chef-founder Angelo Ilia is legendary. The flagship in Fort Lauderdale has been serving the finest Italian cuisine since 1997, with other locations in Boca Raton and Aventura. As Angelo himself says, they have an unwavering commitment to unparalleled quality with meticulous attention to details. It's so good, with house-made pastas, pristine seafood, unique meats like elk chops and bison, and seasonal specialties including fragrant fresh truffles from Italy. All locations open 7 days for dinner. Reservations recommended for a special occasion or any occasion. Casa D'Angelo. Tell them Mike Mayo sent you. Hey, it's Mayo for Gilbert's 17th Street Grill. You know me, I love family-run places with quality food at fair prices served with passion and pride. And that's why I love Gilbert's. For more than a decade, Lenore, Beth, and Richie Gilbert have been serving up the best burgers, wings, ribs, salads, and desserts. It's a fast casual spot. Everything prepared fresh to order from an immaculate open kitchen. They're at 1821 Cordova Road in Fort Lauderdale in the Cordova Shops just south of 17th Street. Open every day but Sunday. One of my favorite burgers in South Florida. Big, round, juicy pucks of 100% Angus beef, char grilled to perfection. And don't miss the sweet potato fries on the side. They're legendary. Go to Gilbert's, feast, and be happy. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. Delicious Mexican food with innovative twists. Margaritas with a medley of tongue-tingling flavors. I'm talking about Taco Craft, Taqueria, and Tequila Bar. The place to go on Taco Tuesday and every day. It's located at 510 North Federal and Highway in Fort Lauderdale, and also in Lauderdale by the Sea at Plantation Walk and Coral Springs. Taco Craft has specials every day, including bottomless drinks for a Sunday brunch, and Taco Tuesdays, including their new birria tacos with bone marrow broth. Oh, it's so good. They've even made a taco lover out of me, and they've got so much more, including fajitas, that open-face smashed cheeseburger tortilla that's new, and a guacamole sample that's an explosion of flavors. The kitchen is open late. There's delivery and takeout. For more information, go to tacocraft.com. Tell them Mike Mayo, the Lunchbox, sent you. The finest quality, warm hospitality, and world-class creativity. Those are the ingredients that make Daniel's, a Florida steakhouse, a special place. Come experience the restaurant that's Michelin Guide recommended and totally Mike Mayo's Lunchbox approved, with an impressive collection of steaks, seafood, and more, like their foie gras creme brulee. Daniel's is located at 620 South Federal Highway in Fort Lauderdale, just south of the New River Tunnel, open Tuesday through Sunday for dinner. For reservations and information, go to danielssteak.com. Hey, it's Mayo here for Prezzo Italian Restaurants. 2 locations, Boca Raton at Park Place on Military Trail and Palm Beach Gardens in the PGA Commons on PGA Boulevard. Contemporary Italian cuisine with house-made pastas, wood-fired pizzas, salads, veal, chicken, and of course their famous focaccia bread with oven-roasted garlic bulbs. In Garlic We Trust is their slogan, and you can trust Prezzo for a great experience with gracious service and tremendous value. Open 7 days, featuring brunch, lunch, dinner, and happy hour. Great wine deals and full bar at both locations. For reservations and more information, go to eatprezzo.com. Same great Thai food, beautiful new location. I'm talking about Eat Thai, now in Boca Raton at 6299 North Federal Highway. Thai cuisine is having a moment, and Chef Sopanut makes some of the best in South Florida. A hip and modern spot with authentic Thai street food and some innovative twists. The spicy oxtail soup, Thai bouillabaisse, shrimp ceviche, and classic noodle dishes will wow you. And they now offer full liquor and craft cocktails too. Open every day but Tuesday for lunch and dinner. Go to eatthai.florida.com for more information. Ah, yes, glorious food. Chowing down on some leftovers. Beautiful. I had the black grouper that we had at Mignonette yesterday with the Israeli couscous with the, I guess he called it the sour cherries. And I made a face yesterday when he talked about the cherries, because usually I don't like fruit with fish or fruit with meat, but I got to give my apologies to him, because those cherries, tart cherries, he called it, sour cherries, in that Israeli couscous and with the fish, it worked perfectly. It was beautiful. So again, that Mignonette down there in Miami is right there near the Arch Center. And I can't believe I had never been in that location. He had another location that didn't make it a little bit further north, which I gave a really positive review. But I love the whole concept. It's just like, if you're into really high quality seafood and raw bar items, whether it's oysters or clams, that place is outstanding. All right. So before I get into the degeneracy, which will conclude the show, and the whole horse racing and computers and how they're ruining the game, computer wagering that these syndicates are doing, I did want to ask another food question, and it relates. I think it's a pretty no-brainer question, which is, when you go out to eat and when you assess a restaurant, let's say, like if I'm a professional reviewer, does service and atmosphere matter in your overall experience? Defo?
1,000%. Yeah.
Lubie?
It matters in the sense that it can't be horrendous, but the food's always the top for me.
But the other two things matter, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
I don't want to be treated like a schmuck. I don't care how good the food is.
I was a critic at the Sun Sentinel, again, I was mostly about food. Yeah, I was feared. But I would say, in my assessment of a place, food was the primary consideration. I would say it accounted for about 65 to 70% of what I thought of a place. But a place can have great food, and if they abuse you, I don't want to ever go back. So, like, service and atmosphere account for the other 35%, probably in the 25 and 10 or 20 and 20, whatever you want.
It might be 60-40.
Right.
I could go even higher.
This was one of my big issues with the Michelin Guide, and this was the part that I forgot at the end of the show yesterday. Remember when I said I'm a 60-year-old man? The other thing I wanted to mention, why I'm hating on them so much now, and I've come around to your complete way of thinking, Defo.
It seems like the significance of it has been diminished by the approach, and obviously by the results that we've seen.
Yeah. So when I did this research on this piece, and by the way, Defo, you didn't hear the latest, but I basically
I'm telling you, they rejected it.
No, complete opposite. I finished it late and long as usual. I got it in on Monday morning, which was the extension that the editor gave me. And when he read it and got back to me, he said, this was a tour de force that was worth the wait. So,
oh, you write well. I mean, you just got caught up in the ease of, throwing over a microphone and a little camera on your computer and not having to worry about like complete sentences.
No, and this one I had to worry about many complete sentences. It turned out to be like 2,200 words, but I was really pleased with the
which
way
was over the limit by a lot.
Yeah, it was. He wanted about 1,800, so I went over by a little bit.
So when they cut out the best part, are you going to be happy?
No. He says he's making room to run the whole thing, and he this is something you never hear.
And you wanted the back cover.
He feels bad because, we agreed on a rate based on a word count. That was the max word count. He says, if I pay you by the word like we agreed, it would go way over budget. I was like, don't worry, just pay me what you said you were. And he goes, no, but I feel bad because this is like, it's so good. You deserve
it. Who else is writing for this publication?
It's like
a local. Have to consider that.
They have some good writers. But all right. So to get back to the point, when I was researching Michelin and how they allegedly award their stars, they say it's only about food. It said food is their only consideration, not service or decor, atmosphere, which to me, I said, that makes no sense. That is complete horseshit. But
because that's not what they're doing. The places they're picking, the atmosphere is really the thing. Like the place.
The place they're picking is the expense and the pretentiousness of the food.
The food's not always great. We've talked to you and other people who've eaten at these experiences, and they're like, it's not automatically better than a lot of places. What it's cool is the atmosphere, all the aura around it, and all that.
I don't want to belabor that point anymore. Look, that It's great if you get a star. They did get many things right, like our friend Reno. They got many other things wrong, and that's kind of what I'll be writing about. Taking down not just the specifics of what they got wrong in our region with the first year, including Broward and Palm Beaches, but also a general critique of the way that Michelin does things and what they
Well,
seem
they
to
ignored
reward.
everybody.
Well,
Yes.
they ignored
I
a
mean,
lot of people.
how do you only rate one place?
Point one. There's now
In
in the
all of
two,
these, I mean, listen, a zillion outstanding restaurants here.
right.
You could fill 100 shows just going down a list of places that are great. So how could you only have one place that?
No, and let's correct the record now. It's only 0.1
Because that one
restaurants
place, the guy was
in the
prison.
two. Okay, in Broward County, they didn't even give the whole restaurant Moss a star. It was only the 14-seat chef's
Two
counter
tables.
out of a restaurant that has 140 seats.
It's total
Which-
BS. It really.
And as what
It
you
should have been the easiest article you ever wrote.
yeah, and so
Wow.
Sarni wants to know what the headline again is. I botched it yesterday, but it was my headline was "What Michelin Got Wrong: A Critic's Critique of the Foodie Bible in its first year
You're
in
back in
Broward
your
and Palm
element,
Beach."
man. See, I
That's
can
nice.
feel
Look
it.
at
It's like
you.
it's like being back on the baseball diamond there.
The muscles are a little bit. They were a little bit unused for a while, but
Yeah, you were bitter all week.
I felt real good.
You probably had to shake off some ring rust. No
Yeah,
doubt.
a little bit of rust, but anyway. All right, so that'll be coming to City and Shore magazine in September, and that is a offshoot of the Sun Sentinel. You get it included with your subscription, usually in a Sunday paper. But it's a nice glossy magazine, and I think it's also available in some other places. I'll be sure to promo it here when that publication
Is it on the
comes.
coffee table in like hotels and?
Yes,
It's on coffee tables in high-end residences in Rio Vista, like the neighborhood I'm in. So.
We look forward to reading this. I mean,
Oh,
look, you had a lot of material there because it seemed like they really struck out. And the premise under which they operate seems ridiculous to me. I mean, it reeks of bribery, and
This is
that
what
they
Danny
could be
Surf.
this pompous and pretentious as you say about it. I mean, it's ridiculous. There's no way that there's only one place that was worthy of this kind
Point
of.
one, because the one in Palm Beach is now closed because the chef is sitting in jail, charged with
You're a little
basically
obsessed with that story, but
well, I'm not. I'm letting that go. I did watch
Danny said yesterday. Danny's is recommended, and he's been recommended every year since at least the last few years, and every year they keep recommending him. So he appreciates what Michelin is with him, and he was honest and said, "Yeah, Miami spends a lot more than Broward and Palm Beach."
the tourist boards. Basically, it's
So
kind
they
of
buy their stars, and they buy.
it's a back end pay to play system where it's not the restaurants themselves that are paying off the Michelin inspectors, but it's the local tourist boards that have to pay to get Michelin to come to town.
And Michelin just to do Miami Spice. I'm presuming in that they're making sure some of that contribution goes via that way.
It reeks of impropriety. It really does. Who's running this? The same guys that run Jose Suleiman?
The FIFA.
Well, the other great thing about it is the thing that Mayo talks about and Denny, that when you look up like the next year, past Michelin starred restaurants, half of them are closed within like 2 years of getting the star. So it's like, how good could this
not half of them, but a significant number,
lot of them
I'd say
closed.
10 to 20%, because it's hard to make money when you only serve 14 dinners a night. Even if you're charging $800, it's better to, again, as our friend Mark Falsetto says, and he's crushing it at Runway 84, pay attention to your register, not your reviews. So that's it. All right, can we get into the degeneracy gambling part? Did you see last weekend, Defo? I know that you follow the races on the weekends.
Oh, me
at Del Mar, and I don't know if that's too late.
No, I love Del Mar.
All right, so
and as I've mentioned a few times on the show, I was overwhelmingly impressed what a great dining town all of that area surrounding Del Mar is, and we were staying in Encinitas, California. Now, I love a lot of things about California food from my days of living in L.A., and there were a lot of great restaurants. And in fact, the inspiration for the idea to have the Gambling Gourmet was one of my favorite radio shows, was conducted by a guy named Elmer Dills, who was the food critic for the Los Angeles Times. And he had a brilliant food radio show. It was way ahead of its time, and he was great. But yeah, I mean, Del Mar, Encinitas, if you get a chance, if you're going out there for the Breeders' Cup, absolutely a great dining spot. So I'm a big fan of Del Mar Racing.
All right, so
I can't win there, but I'm a big fan of it.
Yeah. Well, it's getting hard to win everywhere. It seems like I don't know. Have you sensed this? But like, I used to cash some good, healthy
Woodbine
tickets.
is the track that you should concentrate on.
But I used to, sometimes you would, you scope out a winner that you liked and then play it in the exactas, and you would get really healthy returns on exactas. But it seems like lately, things that, using the old formula where if you take the win money and multiply it by the play
Doesn't
power,
always work.
that it coming back way shorter a lot these days.
Unless you're in Canada where they're not,
Well,
being advocates of the Trump tariff system. Those payoffs I find exorbitantly high on virtually every exotic.
So there's a reason behind this now, and I did some digging. But basically, this was all kind of precipitate. But I've noticed that things have been getting harder. I also know that there's been this rise in what's known as like computer wagering, but I didn't realize to the extent of how the system has gone all screwy. And it's like everything else, where the little guy is screwed and the big money is kind of coming in and squeezing out all the
There's this-
profits,
yeah.
and they're getting more bonuses, more rebate. So the whole thing came to a head this weekend at Del Mar because as horses were loading into the gate for, I think it was the 6th race, it was a horse named Nancy Griffiths. The horse, as they're loading into the gate, it's showing that it's at like 18-1.
Oh,
Okay. Now, what's happened is you get all this last minute money, and really now it's like last second money. And what's happened is it's these syndicates that call computer assisted wagering. They have direct access to the tote system. They're not past posting, but it's kind of like in the stock market. You know how some people gain an edge by being microseconds
Andy
ahead.
Mayo. That's how he made all his money.
Yeah, well, this is people who are getting all their real money in the last, like, literally the last 10 seconds.
That sucks.
And what they do also to manipulate the odds is they put bogus bets into the pool early.
Oh, yeah.
They cancel those tickets and then put their real money in the last 10
Yeah.
seconds.
Good
So
piece of research, man.
have you found ever where your horse goes into the gate
Sure.
at X amount of money, right? In this case, it was 18-1. When the horses are running and they show the odds, it went to 10-1. And when the horse that actually ended up airing and winning by daylight ended up winning at 6-1. It was a $14 horse that when they were loading into the gate was 18-1. This caused
That's ugliness when it happens.
That's a
this
lot.
caused an outrage and uproar.
That's a giant drop, though. From that
But
post.
what I didn't realize is, you thought like some guys, some big players maybe are just, at the track and going to the window at the last second, or some of them are on, the betting apps like I have. No, this is what I learned today. These, what they call CAWs, computer assisted wagering, they have direct pipelines to each individual track. They cut their own deals, and these people are churning in not just millions, but hundreds of millions of dollars a year to various racetracks across North America. And some of these outfits are foreign based. A lot of them seem to be in Australia. Now, if you want to care to venture a guess of how much of the total handle at racetracks in North America that these CAWs accounted for last year.
Like the actual dollar amount or the percentage?
The percentage.
No idea.
So you're scaring me. You're making me think it's over 50%.
It's between, the estimates are somewhere about 33%. So
That's
one out of every
still-
3 wagering dollars now is coming from these computers. And these are like syndicates that have teams that are like mathematical wizards. They have algorithms, they have computers, they're spitting out, they're in real time assessing all the pools. They have access to the trifecta pools, the pick 4 pools. They're seeing what the true odds should be and what the real odds are, and then they come in and they seize upon the difference. Now, that seems like a big enough advantage. And then they have these Excel spreadsheets where if they want to put in like 4,000 different wagers in the last 10 seconds, they have the ability to do that.
Yep.
And then beyond that, they also cut deals with the track. Like we have a takeout system where in a pari-mutuel pool, let's say a win pool, they're taking out 20% that goes to the track for the purses and things like that. They get rebates and kickbacks because they're generating so much money into the handle. So their takeout essentially after their rebate is only 10%. So not only do they have the edge in terms of being able to put in all these bets in the last possible second, and we don't know what it's going to end up at, they also get more money back at the end of the day because they cut these separate deals. Now, some tracks realize what a problem this is. It's undermining the integrity of the game, and a lot of casual players are just getting pissed off.
It's funny. This is the thing that the professor talked about when it comes to fantasy, because
Yes.
what happens is, and they'll show this, I have a winning ticket. The reality is you're not going to win. The reality is there's like these people in boiler rooms that set up computers, and then especially with the daily fantasy, and they just churn out the best odds of the best thing.
Well,
and
it's like the stock market. The little retail investor has no shot, in terms of coming out ahead when you're going against these hedge funds and private equity funds.
My problem is there's only so much money to be had, and it's how do you, the normal person, have a chance? How can you go it's 100% rigging the system, and how do you? Because Val just said it, and she's right. Vegas. If you think card counting's bad, like this is that on a million times.
But here's the thing. In Vegas, you're playing against the house. So the house doesn't let you cheat. Bingo. In horse racing, it's parimutuel. You're playing against other players, and the house doesn't give a crap as long as they get their rake. Yeah. And they'll cut separate deals with guys who are going to bring another 100 million to the table. Now, what's the way to get to kind of even the score? Well, what's happened now, and I just didn't realize this. But Del Mar announced yesterday that starting with the next card on Friday, they will no longer allow these computer-assisted, the CAWs will no longer have access to the win pool and certain other pools within 2 minutes of post time. Basically, they're going to make them play their games 2 minutes out so that the rest of the betting public can see what the real odds are going to be, after all this big money comes in, and then you can make your last minute wagers accordingly. Nice. I did not realize that NYRA in New York has already taken measures since 2022 at the New York tracks, including Saratoga. They do not allow the CAWs to put a wager into the win pool outside of 3 minutes. So they shut them off 3 minutes before post time. And they also don't allow the CAWs to play the late pick 5 at all. So in order to have that, now I'm using this information. I'm going up to Saratoga this weekend where I'm going to be concentrating just on win pools and the late pick 5 because you got a shot, because they're not letting the big computer guys put in the money through that way. They could still do it the old fashioned way and send 15 guys to different, sports books in Vegas to try to put in some money to beat the system, but not by doing these algorithms and spreadsheets and the advances in technology fascinate me. But when you start squeezing and screwing the little guy, at some point the bottom's going to fall out of the sport. So I don't know what you make of this, Defo. I know it was a long-winded explanation, but I found it fascinating. That's all.
Fascinating.
It just scares
Would
me.
you rather hear about my double?
I just go out there like a schmuck and think I can pick a couple of winners. That's it. I'm hoping to favorite back wheels and I can cash a trifecta.
So here's what I'm saying. If you're going to be betting, bet in the win pools at Del Mar and Saratoga, but don't place your bets until you see what the odds really are in the last 2 minutes. Hopefully you don't get shut out.
You're going to shove some guy out of the way because he's punching up 10 cents.
This is why you got to download the apps, because then you could actually.
I can't do any of that.
All right. And the other thing is, I'm just gonna start trying to because these pools, these computer guys do have access to, we can look at the probable will pays for the exactas and daily doubles. They give them access to superfectas, trifectas, all the things that regular guys can't see and analyze. Not that we'd be able to analyze it without a computer anyway, but the bottom line is it is gambling, but it should be a little bit more even playing field for the little guy. And I'm glad to see tracks like Del Mar and New York are trying to take some measures to protect a little bit of the integrity and the little guy. So that's it.
That was the whole secret, though, of Vinny Biola's, the owner of the Panthers' success.
That was in the stock market, a flash trading.
In the stock market, they had like a split-second differential between the information they were getting and their ability to go ahead and make purchases and sales over the other people, and they made a fortune doing it.
Yep. Well, it just goes to show you.
It's a nice way to go. I mean, Don't you wish you had bought some Bitcoin when it was like selling for
Oh, good.
10
$2.
cents,
Yeah.
a shot? Yeah.
I wish I bought
I
a lot of
remember
them.
a guy that I used to buy weed off told me, "Hey, look what I'm doing. I'm doing this Bitcoin thing." I thought, "You're crazy. You're out of your mind." And this was 10 years ago. And
I
I
wish I
I
bought
haven't heard
Apple
from
and
him since.
Facebook.
I think he's living on, some fancy schmancy place there,
Probably.
in an exotic location here in South Florida. But, yeah, I mean, look, there's always a way to beat the system.
Yeah,
And
listen.
the average guy is not really gonna. I mean, you're not gonna benefit from it, but
No, but people should be aware of what's happening and then use that to your advantage. So I'm saying,
I hope you can
Defo,
capitalize on this while you're at Toga. I
give
can't
up
imagine
the
it's gonna ruin your trip.
trifectas and just key on the win pools and just wait till the last minute and see what the odds really are. And then if there's a horse that you like and it really is 5-1 and you're going to actually get 5-1 at post time, maybe it'll move a
Bigger
point.
question is, Mike Mayo, will you bring your own food into the track?
At Saratoga,
They allow it? That's
no,
cool.
Yeah, they let you bring whatever you want in there.
no,
There's a sandwich shop near the track that everybody stops at. There's like the lines out the door, and everybody brings it in there, and
Is that
they go
Putnam
running.
Market?
Not
Putnam
sure the
Market?
name of it, but they go running for a table early on. You usually have to send somebody in there like as soon as they open the gates.
All right, no, and I'm probably just going to get some fried chicken at Hattie's and
There.
at the track and
All right.
have a couple.
And
of
when are you
cocktails.
going to be there?
So I'm flying out tomorrow night, but I will be on the track on site Friday for the show. Then you guys are at
All right.
Gulfstream, and I will be at Saratoga, beaming in
In the Panic?
with
Or where are you
the
going to be?
technology. I'll be wandering around like I did for the St. Patrick's Day parade in
Okay,
New York.
cool.
These
All right.
cell phones and with me and my little camera, I could roam the grounds and
Nice.
yeah, it'll be nice. All right, we got to take our second break. Before we do, let me put out the reminder about Pearl Jam by the Sea. It's almost a sellout. Again, less than 20 general admission tickets remaining. And if you want to get one of them, I would suggest that you go online right now to oysterpearljam.eventbrite.com and use the promo code Lunchbox because you'll get an extra $10 savings off the already low price. So that'll get you a ticket for $65 plus their fees. But again, it's such a great deal. We're going to be doing it on Saturday, August 9th. Defo will be in Vegas that day, but me and Lubie will be chowing down, slurping some great raw oysters from PEI, having some great sparkling beverages, the sparkling wine with the Bellini bar and orange juice from mimosas. We're going to have also supplement caviar bumps and other good specialty cocktails and paella. It's going to be a great time. Again, get those tickets now. It's going to be a sellout, so you might as well get them now today. It's going to be on Saturday, August 9th. Get them now at eventbrite.com. All right, let's take the second break, and then we'll wrap up this edition of the Lunchbox. A lot of degeneracy talk, double bomb pots, computer-assisted wagering.
Nobody knows what you're talking about.
Nobody knows.
Nobody has any idea.
I haven't seen Joanna on here, so I guess we ran her off early today. So.
Even Sarni is needing an interpreter. I mean, you may as well be show.
Good. I'd love to leave Sarni confused for a change. It's beautiful. I hope he enjoys it. I told him to get the burrata salad because that looked the most appetizing.
I almost invited Sarni to this happy hour, but I figured with his not necessarily most overwhelming of social instincts, he probably would have passed on the thing.
Sarni, if you're still watching, can you please give us an update? Which salad you got and what rating would you give it?
Jesus.
All right, let's take this break and we'll come back and wrap up this edition of the Lunchbox after these words.
Hey Lunchbox fans, is it time to sell your business? You've poured your heart and soul into your restaurant or business, and you want to see continue the legacy you have built. Transworld can help. Call me, Andy Cagnetta, at Transworld Business Advisors right now and see if it's time for you to retire and relax. Iconic brands like the Mai Kai, Mulligan's, Carlos and Pepe's, Mangoes, and many more turn to Transworld to help sell. Contact Transworld on Facebook or call 954-772-1122 or visit tworld.com. Again, that's 954-772-1122 or tworld.com.
When I'm looking for some wicked good food for a wicked good lunch, there's only one place to go. That's Wicked Cheesesteaks in Fort Lauderdale. It's at 4824 North Federal Highway, just south of Commercial Boulevard and across from Holy Cross Hospital. My friend Brian there, he will hook you up with some really tasty treats. They've got cheesesteaks just like the best you can find in Philly, along with lobster rolls, because that's where he's from, Maine originally. And they have wings and pizza and everything you want to have a really good time. Wicked Cheesesteaks Cheesesteaks. They're open every day but Tuesday. Check them out online, wickedcheesesteaks.com. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. Guess who's back and better than ever? Juan's. For the best in classic old school Chinese cuisine, a family-run South Florida favorite since 1966. It's at 664 North Federal Highway in Fort Lauderdale, open every day but Tuesday for lunch and dinner. Chef Alex is carrying on the family tradition that started 4 generations ago. It used to be known as Christina Juan's Mandarin House, and you're going to love it as Juan's. They've got all your favorites: wonton soup, spare ribs, egg rolls, dumplings, Peking duck, and more. Combo lunch specials daily and takeout and delivery. For more information, go to their Instagram page at wans.fl. If you're looking for a great place for steaks, seafood, and more, go to Tropical Acres Steakhouse and Butcher Shop. It's at 2500 Griffin Road in Dania, just west of I-95 in the airport. They've been there a long time, since 1949. That means they're doing something right. You'll get old school hospitality from the Studiali family, along with great value, for tremendous service. Of course, you could also go into the bar for happy hour every day, 4 to 6, and they have great value all night long. Also, a butcher shop that's open every day from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. except Sunday. The dining room is open every day at 4:30 except Sunday. Go to Tropical Acres. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. When people come to me and say, Mike, where should I go out to eat? I got guests coming from out of town. Where should we go? Cafe Seville. That's the answer. 2768 East Oakland Park Boulevard. It's a Fort Lauderdale perennial, serving the finest in Spanish and continental cuisine in a cozy, friendly, comfortable setting. Joey Esposito and Sally, his better half, they've been running the place for a long time. It's been open since the 1980s. They got great Spanish classics like paella, shrimp with garlic sauce, and all kinds of great seafood dishes. The stuffed veal chop, oh, that's my favorite. Go to Cafe Seville. It's open every day but Sunday at 5 p.m. for dinner. Tell them that the Lunchbox Mayo and Defo sent you. Looking for inspired comfort food in a cozy setting? Blue Collar in Miami is the place to go. Located at 6789 Biscayne Boulevard, it moved to bigger digs a year ago, now has full liquor, and still features all your old favorites from chef owner Danny Surfer. Fantastic burgers, the braise of the day, and the city's best key lime pie. And the summer specials are sizzling with BOGO lunch sandwiches every weekday from noon to 5 p.m. in June and July, Miami Spice menu in August, September, and drink specials every day. Open daily with weekend brunch. For reservations and information, go to bluecollarmiami.com. If you like seafood in a comfortable setting, outdoors, even keel fish shack at the corner of A1A and Commercial Boulevard in Lauderdale by the Sea, upscale food in a down-home setting, the chef owners, Dave and Brad, do a terrific job with all the seafood classics that you want. They have the best grilled oysters in town, bang bang shrimp, lobster rolls, and deli fish specials. They also have weekend brunch Saturday and Sunday. They have daily happy hour 4 to 7, and they also have other weekly specials like mussels on Monday and oysters on Tuesday. Go to Even Keel Fish Shack and tell them that the Lunchbox sent you. Okay, we're back, and yeah, I think that's going to do it for today. That's tomorrow we're going to be at Gilbert's 17th Street Grill. We'll have some burgers, some other good stuff. I'm sure Lenore will be, singing my praises as usual. She likes to beat me up a little bit when I deserve it. And she's, she's my surrogate Jewish mother at this point. Now that the real one is gone, but all right. So yeah, I'm looking forward to getting in there. Any other parting thoughts? I know we learned about double bomb pots today. We learned about computer-assisted racing or wagering or whatever the frick it is. And yeah, just bet win. I've learned to just now simplify my life. Just win bets at the last second, and I'll do it on my phone. And that way, yeah, nothing worse in life, Defo, when you're at the track and you're trying to get in the last second bet, and there's some guy cashing a $2.10 show ticket.
No, just putting tickets in arbitrarily that they picked up off the floor.
Oh my God.
Or like the guy that goes to, gets to the front of the counter at a McDonald's and he's looking up at the menu board. It's like, do I want a Big Mac?
Like at Dunkin' Donuts when they conduct a draft.
Like you've never been there.
Take 2 jelly. And how are the custard any good?
Shirley always is like, why are you so mean? I'm like, it's McDonald's. It's been around for 80 years. They've had the same thing. Like they have a chicken thing, they have a burger. Yeah. Pick one of them. Like
Let's go.
You don't know the menu by now.
at McDonald's, I hate it so much. It happens every time.
You should be allowed to carry like some kind of
Just hit him.
accentuating device like brass knuckles. Just
Oh, and speaking of one place that I think got completely robbed by Michelin. Again, not that people
but
should
you're
think.
intentionally Michelin.
No, but Casa D'Angelo, I got to put in a good word for them because they're one of our sponsors, and they are the epitome of like when you consider the service, the atmosphere, elegant, not loud.
And
There's a thing the
quality
Sun
food.
Sentinel is doing now about loud restaurants, but this is a place that's civilized where they have little nooks and crannies in different rooms, and you could have a conversation and have a date night. And their beverage program, I mean, forget about atmosphere and service. I think a place, it's wine list, it's wine service, it's cocktails, it's bar. Beverage programs are huge. It's not just about the food and the personality of the chef who could be sending his domestic partner off to the hospital. It's about, the overall package. And again, Angelo Elia is nothing but class all the way. I'm sorry I obsess about the negative parts of Michelin, but it gets my goat when a place that has been doing it so well for so long, I mean, going on 30 years, 28 years for his flagship location in Fort Lauderdale. They're having all kinds of great wine dinners coming up in August at all 3 locations, Boca and Aventura. But go in there tonight if you want to just grab a light bite at the bar. They allow that, or you want to have a more formal dinner with a whole bunch of family and friends. Make a reservation for this weekend. Go on to the website casa-d-angelo.com. All right, that's going to do it for today. We'll see everybody tomorrow. Until then, enjoy every sandwich.